What's up, my PT peeps? One Eye Bri back to talk about The Walking Dead and do a top 10 death list of The Walking Dead series so far from season 1 to season 7. Spoiler warning if you're not up to date of the show from season 1 to season 7, as I don't want to ruin anything for you, because we're going to talk about some deaths that were very impactful to me as a fan of the show, and I don't want to ruin anything for you, but here we go. So who are some deaths that you're like, wow, that was really a huge death, or I didn't see that coming, or wow, I missed that person so much? Here we go, guys. That'll be our list. Number 10 is Reg. Now, Reg wasn't the biggest character, but it was a big deal because of how it happened. It was like Pete comes in right here and it's like, wow, Reg is gone. Happened super quick by that scumbag Pete. And number 10 is Reg getting killed by Pete. Number 9 is a sad one, Merle Dixon, just because you kind of liked Merle and you felt bad for Daryl when it happened and you felt Merle was coming around again, and Merle right here, zombie Merle looking at Daryl, and you just feel bad for Daryl because Daryl's like, oh my god, I gotta kill my brother now, and he just stabs him in the head several times, and it's just very sad and impactful that Daryl has to take out his brother, which kind of didn't have to happen, but it did. So Merle is number 9. Number 8, Look at the Flowers. Yes, very sad. You kind of knew that that girl, Lizzie, was messed up and it had to happen eventually, but you just feel bad for Carol. You just see how emotional she is, and she's had to do these things over and over and over again. It's just one more thing added to her list. So Lizzie, Look at the Flowers, definitely a tough one. Number 8 on our list, and these are the things that you remember. You mean, Look at the Flowers, a phrase from that. Number 7 is a gross one, a tough one, Noah. And Noah gets ripped apart, and you're like, whoa, and it's pretty gruesome. It's probably one of the most gory, gruesome deaths there is of a character like that, too. I mean, his face just gets ripped apart pretty bad, and it was pretty gory, and it was pretty tough to watch Noah get ripped apart. Number 6, I know people are going to say it has to be higher, but Beth. I felt bad for Beth. It happens real tough, but it's a tough list. And Beth right here, boom, just getting shot by Dawn in the head. You're just like, you should have just walked away, Beth. You didn't need to happen. It didn't need to go down that way, but it did. Beth, number 6. Number 5 is another kind of shocker, just because you see Denise and you start to like her, and you're like, oh man, and she's having this big monologue with Daryl, and wake up, and arrow right in the head, and you're like, okay. And she continues to talk, and you're like, oh my gosh, it happens. Another unexpected death. But Denise, number 5. Number 4 is definitely a heartbreaker, Herschel. And if you knew the comic, they changed out the comic Herschel for Tyrese, but the governor right here just chops his head, and you just feel bad. And especially how he's chopping away and just chopping away at the head. It's just terrible, and it makes you not like the governor, that's for sure, even more. But Herschel, and then there's Michonne just taking out the Herschel Walker head. But it's a shame, and Herschel, number 4. Number 3, Sophia. Just for the length of time and just how much it was. And that was a big surprise that she was in the barn the whole time. Just this whole scene coming out was like the biggest thing of season 2 until when Shane gets killed by Rick. And Sophia just being in the barn the whole time is just like, oh my gosh, we wasted so many episodes on this, and she was right there. And it's just sad because Sophia just kind of didn't need to die, you know? She didn't need to die. She's still alive in the comics. She didn't need to go by any means. But number 3, just for how big a deal it was for season 2. Number 2 is Abraham. My man, suck my nuts. Very good line by Abraham, and it's just how it happened, and he stayed with it. And, you know, Big Red, definitely going to miss Abraham, and I do miss him on the show. I mean, he's one of the best characters for myself. I don't know if that ever changed. And number 1 has to be Glenn. Just, it has to be because of how impactful it was of season 7, and it's really impactful for me with Maggie, and just how he just hits him, and the face, my god, look at that, just so gruesome and gory. I mean, that's definitely the most gruesome one. And for how brutal Negan was, he just kept hitting him and hitting him and hitting him. But Glenn Rhee, number 1, just the biggest death on the show so far. So there you go, guys. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available now, barnesandnoble.com. That's book 1. Book 2, we're wrapping it up. I'm doing my final edits right now. Should be out in about a month or so. We'll keep you posted. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at the PT channel. Give me a follow on there as well. Got the campaign t-shirts going right now. They're going to be going for a couple more weeks, and then we close the campaign. So hopefully you'll pick one up. You know, support the cause of the PT channel and the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Check out our Patreon page if you want to donate. You know, all is welcome there too. We appreciate it as well. And at the end of the year, a portion of all the proceeds from the Patreon page, the books, the shirts, really everything is going to be donated to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Check out the Walking Dead community page on Facebook. All are welcome. If you like this channel, you like the group. If you do like this channel, guys, hit that subscribe button today. Join our team, Team PT all the way. We post videos every day about the Walking Dead and various topics. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.